So, today, May 21st, 2025, was quite the day in Washington, D.C. Picture this: U.S. President Donald Trump, yes, Donald Trump, back in the famous Oval Office, sitting across from South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, President Ramaphosa had flown a very, very long way for this chat. The air in that room, you could probably spread it on toast. It was so thick with anticipation, and maybe a little bit of leftover hairspray. This wasn't just your average diplomatic meet and greet with polite handshakes and even politer smiles. Oh no, this was shaping up to be a proper international incident, the kind that makes news anchors lean forward in their chairs. It was high drama, folks, with global implications. Then came the moment everyone will be talking about. President Trump, never one for subtlety, decided it was show and tell time. He presented a video. Not a cute cat compilation, unfortunately, though that might have lightened the mood. This video, according to Trump, showed a white genocide happening in South Africa. It featured disturbing images of attacks on white farmers, and even a clip of a South African politician chanting, "Kill the farmer." You can imagine the scene. Trump was making his case, very dramatically, that white South Africans were under siege, being killed en masse, and that their land was being unfairly snatched. He was pretty worked up about it. President Ramaphosa, to his credit, kept his cool. I mean, what do you do when the leader of the free world shows you a video like that? He firmly but politely rejected Trump's claims. He explained that yes, crime is a terrible problem in South Africa, a really serious one, but it affects South Africans. It doesn't check your ID or your skin color before it strikes. In fact, he pointed out, black citizens are the majority of victims of crime in the country. He was trying to bring a dose of reality, of actual facts, to counter the narrative Trump was pushing. A narrative that many find deeply misleading. This whole confrontation didn't just spring out of nowhere, you see. The tension had been building for a while. Before this meeting even happened, President Trump had already taken some pretty drastic steps. He had cut all U.S. assistance to South Africa through an executive order back in February. He welcomed several dozen white South African farmers to the U.S. as refugees. He even expelled South Africa's ambassador. And he'd been very critical of South Africa's land reform law and its case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. So this video was really just the cherry on top of a very sour cake. Let's talk about this land issue in South Africa, because it's complicated, like trying to assemble IKEA furniture with instructions in Swedish complicated. For decades under apartheid, black South Africans were systematically stripped of their land. It was unjust, it was brutal, and it created inequalities that still exist today. So, the current South African government, led by Ramaphosa, is trying to address this